So in my last video, I talked about creating a safe space for our kids. I think that was the end of it, about the village. And I feel like as Caribbean parents, Caribbean millennial parents, that's something I don't think all of us had. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I don't think a lot of us had that type of environment. And as we get older, as we're millennials and we have kids, just overall, anywhere you come from, it's important to create safe space for them. With everything we see what's happening in the world, even if you feel like you've never created one, I think it's a good time to create safe space for our kids to talk to us, because I feel like I didn't really do a good job of that, like when my son was younger, and then now he's older and I'm like, I need to practice. Like, me did give him his safe space pass, like we tried it once, and I'm like, we need to do it more. We need to be more consistent with creating safe space for the kids, because they need to come talk to me. That they need to know that them can come talk to me and not think, even if I get upset, I still can talk to you. Like, be human, I get upset, but them need to know, so we could talk about this, whatever it is. Come talk to me about it before you talk to somebody else. Just overall in life, just talk to your parents. Create a safe space for your kids. You see that safe space the way you did one when you're younger, give it to your child. And you might not want it, but somebody else who's listening to this will need that, probably wants that safe space. Give that safe space to your child. Give them the opportunity to come to you and say something, and it might make you upset, but talk to them about it. Let them feel comfortable sharing things with you. Like my daughter, I think I did a better job with the safe space with my daughter than I did with my son. Like, now he's older, now when I try to work it in, him get a little better at doing the safe space from time to time. I think it could be much better though, but we're working on that. But with my daughter, I feel like I did see the mistake with my son. I never have enough safe space, and now I was like, I kind of did push it onto her, so now she'll more come to me and talk to me about certain things. And like, I wouldn't say it's 100 yet, but I'm still working the conversation. Like, but the other night she had like an incident in the room, potty training and stuff. Well, no, she potty trained already, but you get the drift. So she just come tell me get up, me kind of upset, but me still, clean up what me need to clean up, talk to her. And then she just did sit down there, hold on to my hand, and then I hugged me at one point. And at that point I was like, oh, okay, she feel comfortable, she feels safe, she feels like we can talk about this, and then I get blown out of proportion. And I feel like that's what a lot of us needed when we were younger. So even me, like, I'm still a battle with the blowing into proportion thing, but I still try to balance it, like me chip in and out of it. But I'm getting much better at it. And this is just a message to like any parents out there where you feel like you snap every now and then and you don't want to, but you still have that little snapping. But not gonna lie, sometimes I think them need little snapping, sometimes them need it, but sometimes they need that snap. But we need balance with the snapping, right? If you feel like you have snapped and you're like, damn, I hope that snap to make them traumatized for the rest of their life. And once I snapped, I'm not thinking about like anything too serious, like CPS worthy serious, but sometimes like conversations and things like that, and you're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have handled it like that, maybe I could have handled that differently. So if you're a parent and you feel like that, I feel like and you feel like that, you can correct it, you can change it, you can do better the next time. I said, do better where it concerns speaking to them, do better where it concerns to save space, do better in snapping. Like, me did have an incident before, and I had a couple snapping incidents, and I was just like, damn, before, and I was just like, damn, me can't make that happen again. So now, if I feel like I gotta snap too much, I'm more stern with my words and my face expression, and then I try to just woosa and then come handle it, because you don't want to snap too much and traumatize them. Even though, like I said, there's certain things you need to snap for, but we need to balance out and figure out what we're gonna snap for and what we're not gonna snap for, and try not to snap all the time, right? That's what we're doing. We're working here, we're growing with them. And the reason why I said this, and the reason why I'm bringing it up, is because everything we're seeing at the news, and it's just like, with children need safe space. They need a safe space for talk and have conversations, and as much as silly as it is and how we never have it, and I'm from the Caribbean, someone will never have that, right? I'm not saying that, I'm not say all the way, but most of the people that we know, we never have them things there. So for how grow up and have your kids having a safe space, it's a plus. That's great on change in the narrative of how when for growing the kids them. So give them safe space to talk about stuff. Give them, in addition to the safe space, one of the hardest conversations to have with the kids is the I don't know if I can say this on YouTube, but you know, the intimacy talk. The intimacy talk. Like, I know people will have the intimacy talk already. Like, I kind of have it, but I not fully have it, and it's time for me to have it now. I just don't know how to ease into the conversation. It's still, right now, the conversation is basically soft. Now, I need to get into the details and say, yeah, this and that happened, this is what goes on, and this is what this is. I'm gonna tell you why I need to do that, because me never get that talk then. Anybody else in the comment didn't get that talk like how they thought they were supposed to get it. Now that you're older, and like, wait, but should I get that talk there? Like, I feel like if I didn't get that talk, it would have prevented a lot of stuff when I was like older. Anybody else never really have that talk there as a Caribbean child or so? Anybody else never have that talk there? I feel like, yeah. But anyways, that was just a side chat. I feel like they need to have that talk, and I think because me never get that talk there, it kind of hard. Like, I'm like, damn, I don't really know how to have this talk in a way where a child can understand. I buy a book, I watch video, and I still can't put that talk there out. So I feel like I'm going to try and do that. And if you're a parent with a child who can understand the talk right now, do it. Me, I encourage, give them the talk, give them what you need, make them know what is what. Some people will say, certain things, because we can still protect their innocence and still give them the talk. But I feel like not giving them the talk is leaving opportunity for someone else to give them the talk in a way where you might not okay with, and give them the talk that can probably hurt them. So I think they should get the talk, and with giving them the talk, it can tie into your safe space, because if you give them the talk and then there's something that happens to them where concerns the talk, they can come in their safe space and say, you know, this is something we're gonna talk about, and I'm not gonna get in trouble, if that makes sense. So my goal is to thoroughly have that talk with both kids, 8 and 5, well 6, 8 and 6. Them can have that talk, they know. And I remember my daughter never used to talk. Now she'll talk more. But now that she's talking more, I can introduce more things into her vocabulary to protect her, and so she can know. Because I think them for know certain things. Maybe certain age if you know certain things. And one more thing I want to add, if you have kids that can't communicate properly, those are the kids that, well, we have to protect all our children, but you know, some of them can't talk and tell us certain things. We need to use images. So even if you can't sign it, images and motions to show them like this is what happens, or not say motions because that might sound a bit exaggerated, to tell them, you know, spots that should not be violated, right? So yeah, that has just come over me today. That's my second video for today. Hope it go on with itself. You know, comment below and tell me what you think. Have you had the talk with your children? Do you plan to have the talk with your children? If you did, how did it go? Or if you have any tips, you know, let me know below. And yeah, thanks for watching. You know, if you're new here, big up yourself. If you like the content, like it, leave a comment, help it get into the algorithm. If you like the rest of my content, then subscribe. If you only like this, then, you know, thanks and big up yourself. The sun, I get hot, so I'm about to head out. Bye.